Hello and welcome to our Monday virtual coffee and card of this week. We are week 17 of lockdown and week number 1 of summer holidays here. So I'm not looking forward to this week. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the children to keep them busy. I think we will all miss the schoolwork as much as it's been hard. We will definitely miss it. So today I'm going to start with something a bit different. A lot of people will start with a stamp set knowing they want to make a card with that particular set. Some people will start with a particular colour. Other people will start with a sentiment maybe, or a reason to make a card. So today I'm actually starting with some colours. So this is for the Global Design Project. 2 seconds. This is for the Global Design Project, in that challenges are a great way to give you a bit more inspiration. So this week is a colour challenge. The colours are Petal Pink, Misty Moonlight and Pool Party. So 3 really lovely colours. These 2 are from our Subtles collection. This is from our new 2020 in colours. So it just goes to show how the in colours kind of fit in with other colours that we offer. Okay, just letting the dog out. Okay, and I'm going to use Dino Days, which I haven't used for a little while. It was in last year's annual catalogue and it's carried over. So the only thing I've prepared for you today is a bit of embossing. So we're going to make this together. So I've used the Hammered Metal embossing folder, and this is great because it just reminds me of what dinosaur skin might look like. Okay, so it's the only thing I've prepared. So this piece measures 7.5 centimetres by 14.9. So I do know that I'm going to use a standard card base. Okay, so I'm just going to move these out of the way and then we can start cutting. Okay, so I'm just bringing my trimmer in. So for our standard card base, I've got a piece of A4 cardstock. I'm going to pop it in my trimmer and line it up at 10.5 centimetres and score. Okay. Then all we do to cut our card base, we turn it round, line it up at 14.9 centimetres, which is roughly halfway, and then cut. So you actually get 2 card bases out of 1 piece of cardstock. Alright, so we have our piece of hammered metal. I'm going to use some Misty Moonlight here, and I'm going to cut this so that it's just a little bit wider than our piece. So that measures 7.5. So I'm going to cut this at 8 centimetres. And then if we turn it round to do, we're going to keep that the same length, so 14.9 centimetres. So I'm not following a design today at all. I've just started with these 3 colours and a piece of embossed card. Okay. Hello to everyone who's joining us. Hope you're all very well today. So let's just fold our piece of card. So then the idea is that will go on there like so. We're going to speckle some of that background, so I'm just going to grab a blend. So this is our Misty Moonlight blend, which are great for colouring and for these sorts of techniques. All I'm going to do to speckle this, I am going to pop the nib of my pen inside the lid, and then I'm going to use that to just push against to create a bit of speckle like so. So just need to go down the edges because actually we're not going to see in the middle. Okay, so all that does is that gives you a really random but lovely speckled look. So then this we can now attach to our card once. It just breaks up that white background, which sometimes you don't want to do, but on this occasion I think I would like to break that ever so slightly. So then we can pop this on there like so, and then we can add our embossed layer like that. Okay, so let's just turn that around. I'm lining it up so that you've got equal border of the Misty Moonlight both sides. like so. There we have it. So that's the basis of our card today. Now let's do some stamping. So for those that were here, well, those that weren't here, sorry, I'm using the Dino Days stamp set, and I'm using the Dino dies that go with it. Hi Kayla, thanks for joining me today. We're just making a little Dino Days card. So let's add some of these to our blocks, and I'm going to use this little fella, I think. I'm going to add him to that block like so, and we want his spikes, so his spikes go in there like so, and then I think we'll just have the one dinosaur today. Yeah, let's just have the one dinosaur. So we've got some scrap whisper white. Because this is a photopolymer stamp set, I am going to use a Stampin' mat. It just makes your images a lot clearer. So let's have our let's have a pink dinosaur, shall we? So we're using Petal Pink today. Just make sure my stamp is clean. It is. So we'll just add a nice amount of ink to our image. You can see how well used this stamp is, because he's got quite a lot of colour discoloration on him. So there we have our little pink dinosaur, and he is going to have some let's have him with some blue spikes. So we'll use our other colour for our colour today. So this is Pool Party, like so. Hello from USA. Hello Courtney. Hope you're all right today. Now we can actually use our dies to die cut this out. So this is where the Dino dies come in. It was super handy. So we have a little outline die for him. I always want to call him something random like Nigel or Norbert, even though he is a pink dinosaur. And then we have here, the dies are falling off. We have here our die for his spikes. So you'll notice with this die there's a bit more of an edge there. The reason for that is so that we can attach the two together. Okay, so all will become clear when I cut him out. So I'm just adding a bit of washi tape to secure these dies in place. Okay, so I'm just going to run this through my big shot, which is behind me. You guys won't get to see that, but I promise you it's not exciting. Okay. So then all we do is we just pop our little stamped pieces out. In the olden days, pink was for boys. I think pink is fine for boys to wear. Girls wear blue, don't they? So we don't buy into this colour. Pink for girls, blue for boys at all here. My girls wear whatever. And Emily is obsessed with dinosaurs. So actually I've got, you know, Emily doesn't care what she wears. And then the idea is this gets layered behind. So this extra white piece here, that's where we're going to add our glue. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of Tombow around. And then we just line up his little spikes, just like that there. So now we have a spiky dinosaur. Okay, so we're starting for our card to come together. Now I'm going to choose a die to just mount him onto. So I'm just going to see what we've got down here. What should we have? Let's have some Stitched So Sweetly dies. I always use circles, so let's have some of these. These are really handy. So we're going to have that one there like so, and that one, I think, yeah, let's do that. Okay. So then I'm going to cut a couple of these out. So let's carry on with our Misty Moonlight background, shall we? So let's cut this one from Misty Moonlight. And smaller one we'll cut from white. So I think Pool Party is going to be my least used colour on this card. Okay, so there we have a little bit of Misty Moonlight, and it's starting to gather shape now, I think. Let's choose, and then this one I'm going to cut from white. So these dies are really handy, they're a lovely shape, and they do actually coordinate with the So Sentimental stamp set. Okay, so here we go, we can start to put this on. So let's attach the white one to the Misty Moonlight, like so. So that's a really nice little border of the Misty Moonlight showing. We'll have him there about so, so that this end doesn't end up going over the edge of the card. Okay, and then I'm going to use some dimensionals to pop that one with. So there's a nice amount of dimension to this card today. Dimensionals are great for creating a bit of added depth. And then we've got the lovely texture from our embossing. So there he is. So now he's starting, he's on centre stage now. And then we could put a tree on. If I wasn't doing a colour challenge, I would use the tree. But as we are doing a colour challenge, we will leave him about there. So let's just attach him now. And then I think he needs a sentiment. So in the stamp set we have I love you this much, and I love that about this dinosaur because it looks like he's reaching his arms out to say I love you this much. So we'll use that one today, which is in here. I love you this much. And we're going to stamp that in Misty Moonlight, but onto Pool Party cardstock. Let's just ink that up nicely. Okay, so it's a great little colour combination, Pool Party and Misty Moonlight. That looks fab, doesn't it? There we are. So we'll just trim this out, and I'm going to fussy cut around this. Try not to cut the letters off, we might get somewhere. Okay, I love Misty Moonlight too. I am really struggling this year to decide which colour I like the most of the new in colours. I lean towards Bumblebee and Magenta Madness, but I do love all of the colours, I think. So then I love you this much. Okay, so I'm going to pop him on, pop this sentiment onto a dimensional. Like so, and then I'm just going to grab one more stamp set. Just stay there, guys. I am going to grab this one. So this is meant to be, I want some hearts. I'm going to use these little hearts here. So let's just pop that out of our stamp set. It's the first time I've used this stamp. And then this we can stamp onto Whisper White, and I'm going to stamp these in pink. So we've got our lovely petal pink. Let's have 3 of these, shall we? 1, 2, 3. Have it. Some days I wish you guys could see my desk. It looks a bit chaotic. It's just fussy cut around these hearts. The tip with fussy cutting is to just go really slowly and move your card, not your scissors. Okay, so then these look, oh look, lovely little hearts. There is possibly a die for this, but let's just fussy cut, shall we? Creative minds are rarely tidy. No, I agree with you actually. I am not a tidy. I'm tidy in the house, but I'm not tidy in my craft room. I think that's because I like the house to feel calm. And like you say, creative minds are just not tidy. So that's why my craft room looks like a tornado has gone through it. Oops. So then now we can add our little, and the difficult thing now is to choose where these go. So let's have one at the bottom, like so. And then we'll have 2 at the top. So we've used all 3 of our colours now. And we've made a card that could be sent for any occasion. So that is our card front done. Nice and clean, but with lots going on it. And then we just need to add something to the centre of our card. So because this is Whisper White card, the Whisper White card is really quite flimsy. And now we've got quite a lot going on the front. We want to add something else in the middle to just strengthen that back, or it just doesn't feel very strong. So we're going to add a piece. So this piece here is 8 centimetres by 14.9. So I'm going to add that layer in. So we've got 8 centimetres, like so, by 14.9 centimetres. Okay. Now before we stick that in, I'm going to speckle this background. So just turn that over like so. I'm going to move these dies out of the way. And I don't really want to risk getting my card very mucky, so let's just pop that there like so. Use something to hold it down and then just speckle along the edges. So it just breaks up that white background, and then we can pop in our middle piece. So Baz, I do use Whisper White thick, yes, and I would normally be using thick Whisper White, but I'm waiting for it to come. So I used quite a lot recently and I'm out of stock. So there we have that, and then to finish, let's just add a few more hearts in there, which is here, and we want the petal pink stamp. I rarely leave the inside of my cards blank. I'm just turning my little heart stamp like so, and then one more sentiment. Where are my sentiments gone? What have I done with the dinosaur stamp set? Honestly girls, I think I would lose my mind. It's right in front of me. So we have You're Awesome, Thanks for Being a Friendosaurus, and Look Who's Hatched. So I've put I Love You This Much. I'm going to put You're Awesome in, which is here. And let's do that in Pool Party. So Pool Party is here. And we'll just stamp that about there. Okay, so there we have our finished card for today. We started with 3 colours. We started with Pool Party, Petal Pink and Misty Moonlight as our colour challenge for today, and I have used the Dino stamps and dies to create our little friend. I've done some speckling on the background with the Stampin' blend. I've got some embossing here, which is the hammered metal embossing folder, which I think goes really well with the dinosaurs. We've got a bit of stamping and die cutting to create our dinosaur with his lovely spikes. More dies here from the Stitch So Sweetly set, and then our lovely fussy cut stamp set. Sentiment even. That is Misty Moonlight on Pool Party, and then inside we've got You're Awesome. Okay. So that's me done for today. Thank you so much for joining in with me. I do appreciate you taking the time out of your day. I'll next be live here on Wednesday evening at 8:30, and please feel free to join in. That's just another weekly virtual crafting session for you. And if you have any questions or about the products I've used or techniques or anything at all, you just want to say hi, feel free to drop me a message. I'll try and come back to you as quickly as I can. And if you need to place an order or would like to place an order, feel free to do so. The link is at the top of this post, and remember to use the Hostess code for a free gift in August. So that's it from me. I'm off to now have my hair cut. I'm super excited. My mullet will be disappearing, and I'm going to enjoy the sunshine. So have a great day, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.